Hey everyone, it's Tom Kradza with another Rockstar Minute. And if you haven't heard by now, Croatia is making it to the finals of the World Cup. This is big news. Our father is Croatian, if you don't know this. Our mother is Scottish. Our father's Croatian. We've gone there pretty much, it feels like every summer since we were kids. We have cousins and family over there. We go there for a month. Nick just landed in Croatia. I'm going next week. So we're super pumped about this. The game's on Sunday. And as a Toronto sports fan, the Leafs signed Tavares. So the last week between the Leafs signing and Croatia make it to the World Cup, this is like Christmas to us right now. So I want to get on to some important stuff here. Some of the questions that are coming in are around Doug Ford and his impact on the real estate market. And we just want to be clear on this. With Doug Ford winning the provincial election, he is not going to have too much of an impact on real estate in Ontario. The only real thing he could do is perhaps repeal that foreign buyers tax that was implemented kind of like in the Greater Golden Horseshoe area. That's the only thing he could really do. You know, other than impacting, I guess, the tax rate in Ontario and try to spur some job creation. Of course, that is very beneficial for real estate. But as a whole, he doesn't really have any direct impact. But if he repeals that tax, perhaps, I don't think he will, but if he did, that would have some impact for sure on the Toronto real estate market. So I want to talk about who does have an impact on the real estate market. It's the Bank of Canada and interest rates. So our Bank of Canada governor, he raised interest rates quarter point yesterday, and there's some talk that they could raise them again further. The US is saying they're going to raise 2 more times this year, in September and in December. And here's kind of our thoughts around this. If they don't raise interest rates, it's going to be good for hard assets because we're at historically low interest rates. That means money is cheap, and when money is cheap, it drives the credit markets and drives property prices. If they continue to raise interest rates, they're in a little bit of trouble, and here's why. If for every 1% that the US raises their interest rates, their US annual deficit increases by about 25%. They have $21 trillion in debt. So a 1% interest rate increase is like $210 billion in annual deficit increase because of the new interest payments they would have to pay to that debt. So if they raise interest rates like 2% from here, their annual deficit will increase by 50% just in interest rate payments. So to me, if they keep interest rates low, it's going to drive the real estate market, especially in an area like Toronto. And then if they do raise interest rates, there could be a confidence problem in their US markets where they might have a little bit of financial problems. And if that's the case, the resulting response from the government is likely going to be more stimulus and lower interest rates, which will then ultimately drive hard assets like real estate. So any way you cut it up, it's a weird kind of rocky road ahead, but ultimately it looks like long term, it's going to be overall good for hard assets. So that's some of our thinking on this stuff. Hopefully you take some value from that. And actually, you know, just before we leave, I do want to put up a chart. This is a chart, Zero Hedge put up this chart recently, and you'll see this chart. This is global debt in the world, and you can see right across the world in all different categories, global debt is up about $100 trillion since the last financial crisis. So it's just for all these reasons, it still seems to us that you want to find good hard assets and have some of that in your life in some way. So we'll leave it at that. I'll take the soccer ball back. Looking forward to the game on Sunday. Until next time, your life, your terms.